Did it delete everything? It didn't delete everything, guys. We're fine and live.
Yes,
Yay!
yes, fine. Yes, fine. That's what we are.
We're definitely live.
We're definitely live.
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody can say that we're not fine because that would be a filthy lie.
Yeah, it's like I don't have a Twitch going. No.
We are the most fine. Wait. What? Oh, sorry. I got it. There we go. I was changing it out of emote only mode and hashtag did it before I got to it, so then I reenacted it.
I've done that so many times.
What?
And then you're just back and forth like, why won't it disable?
Don't undermine the has. Stop it. Stop it.
My button. My
Oh,
button.
I thought you were
It's
saying your
my
butt.
button.
My button.
Oh my god, 16 months, you freak.
Artis.
But
For somebody who secretly hates me.
This long game I'm playing is starting to get a bit overlong.
This is like you're like I feel like I've lost track of what the actual goal was here.
It's always awkward behind the scenes, actually watching Penny with the thumb screws on him. Please DM for us.
He starts sassing me too much, and you just start seeing me like reach for this thing underneath. You guys don't know. I'm like, that's funny. He's like twitching.
That's just the trash bin that you moved.
Penny's too disorganized to know where her torture equipment actually is.
I know. I'd be like sitting there, I was just like, and I accidentally turned off my computer instead.
It's probably only under Nine's bed anyway. So
yeah. Heavy rioting. Why though? I don't understand. Everybody, happy Octavius Day.
I'm
Octavius Day.
You jumped
Happy
from
October
Nine's bed to
8
heavy
Day.
riding. That was just disturbing. So we not do that again, please.
What, heavy riding?
That's an alert in the big.
It could be a hump battle between me and Bucky.
Can I get them doing their little hump battle and then Aldis's face just kind of bewilderedly watching Mucky go.
I'm not sure what dice I would have to make you roll for a hump check. I'm really not.
Oh my god, we should totally do that. He's like, it's already in the plans. Hi, Necros. Hi, guys. Hello. Welcome in. And Aldis, thank you for... I like how we just start session with just this.
Just abuse.
Welcome in. We're in here for session 13 of Time of the Wolf. Aldis, thank you again for the resub. Hello, everyone. So we'll go ahead and do a quick introduction to who we are. And instead of doing recap, we might just listen to the song that Krakus wrote, because I recall him writing in there that it was a recap for the session. So we might just be cool doing that. Eh?
I like Krakus more and more.
Yep. Krakus is the back
The what? To get.
I was trying to, but I...
Words?
Penny was trying to give someone else a compliment, but the words were just sticking in her throat.
Yeah, I get that. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's almost like she's incapable of it.
Yeah.
Krakus is the Brachus? Krakus is the Macus?
Evolved is being played by Sub-Zero today.
The sneaky.
So we'll go ahead and start with Sir Aldis. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about yourself?
Hello, I'm Aldis. I am in no way not dedicating enough attention to this because I'm secretly planning the night session in this next 5 minutes.
Oh.
No, I'm joking.
You're like, I've been playing a lot of PUBG and busy.
Basically.
Thanks, Redneck Jedi. You're a champ. You're an actual champ. Oh, thanks, Octavius. You're a bitch.
That's
well,
too
that didn't take long.
Oh no,
That's
what
the-
happened?
Oh, it goes Dick, and Dicker.
Yeah.
Nice one. Thank
Yeah.
you, guys.
Oh, Bentley. Bentley's on vacation and she has time to do wild magic.
Mm.
Tier 1.
You know, I don't think he's actually sorry.
That's. I don't think you slipped at all. You know. Oh, what happened? Oh, thank you for gifting a sub, Voodoo. Oh, I appreciate it. Love you too. Love you too. You guys suck. I'm just gonna throw that out there. We appreciate you. You suck.
Oh, it's gonna. Yeah, but they're all boring ones tonight.
Yeah.
They might forget. They might forget.
This is true. Yeah. It might not even be noticeable. Oh, what the shit.
Octavia.
Yeah, Octavius.
Yep. Sweet
Wowzers.
potato.
Oh, what the shit. You beautiful beastie. Okay, you're kind of only a little bit of a bitch. Thank you so much.
So kind. So kind.
There was no rules that said we had to be
Don't-
kind.
No.
Don't go overboard with the praise.
I
Penny.
know. You
Come
know
on.
what? I don't want to spoil him. You know, I don't want him to feel like, you know,
Definitely not.
Octavius, I really do appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you guys for loving what we do so much that the first thing you want to do when you come in here is troll the shit out of us.
Shitpost.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That,
Yeah, that too. We love you, and we appreciate it, even though it is, it's trolly as hell. Aqua, go ahead and take it away on your.
Oh, bye. Oh.
Tell us about you. Tell us.
Well, I am me. I am Aqua. I stream variety game. Wow, I can't spite. I spoke.
What's up with
Wow,
everyone's
brain is
mouths
broken.
today?
Quick reset. I am a variety streamer. I stream a
Variety.
variety of games. Sometimes my words don't exist because they just kapoof. Currently playing through Mass Effect. I also do art. I also have some merch that you can see on my Redbubble page, which is whichever direction I'm pointed in, I always get mirrored. And yeah, that's me.
And Mucky.
What am I doing now?
Talk about yourself. There you go.
Oh, that's not something I like doing. I'm quite shy.
Oh, because you
So
like
I'm-
it when we talk about you.
Yeah, that's the one. So if you could just go ahead and big me up. Go on.
It's Mucky. Mucky likes ghosties. Mucky lives in my vent. Mucky likes bacon. So does his character, Grumbly. Mucky canceled last session for mosh pitting.
Oh, you bitch.
well, it's really up to you.
I mean, it's
there.
not
That was-
untrue.
It's not untrue though. So I can't. I have to take that on. I have to take that on the
Basically-
bearded chin.
Bob does all off so you could go and be stamped on by a bunch of beardy people in a crowd. You know.
It's
Yeah,
like she gave
yeah.
you an opportunity to say it yourself.
Yeah.
And then you said, oh, I trust you.
Why would you do that?
Wow.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that, Mucky? You done it to
Leave it
yourself,
in your
boy.
trustworthy hands, jackass.
He
What a
had
dick.
it coming. He had it coming. He only
She
had
wasted
himself
no
to
time on it
blame.
either.
All right, and Evolved, go for it.
Hi, I'm Evolved Evil. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I play a lot of first-person shooters, but I do play some other game types, so co-op games, party games, just various different things. But I do have a high concentration of first-person shooters. I also make YouTube videos, and I appease Penny whenever she needs help with things, which is not very often. No, never needs help with stuff. So
I mean, I haven't asked you in probably several weeks, but I mean, it's because I'm so generous, and I'm just like,
legit talking about this last night.
I was legit being super generous these last couple weeks because I could have been like, help me, help, but then I was like, no, let him worry about his life and Holly and his stupid finger guns and all his like exclusive playing pew pew. Yeah, there it is, more pew pew, more forms of pew pew. His finger
don't wanna
guns,
think
that's just
about-
another form of pew pew. That's
I
it.
don't want to think about his finger guns and Holly in the same thing.
You know
It's
what?
just-
well, you already educated her on, so
Yeah, I'm
she's
sure
ready
she
now.
took notes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's ready now for it. You did a service there.
She definitely paid attention, took notes. Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Poor crad body surfing mucky. What are you trying to say?
But no, yeah. So yeah, I do a lot of that, and so if you're interested in any of that, if you have any tech questions, yeah, drop me a follow. Let me know.
I do.
I have all the questions.
You have more questions than anyone I've ever met
I
in
know.
life. But back to you, Penny.
Yeah,
Tell us about yourself.
What do you do, Penny? Tell us something about you.
Yeah.
A little bit epic.
Or would you like
Little
me to
bit.
do you? That sounds a bit wrong.
I'm still waiting on my test results. That's why I'm wearing the mask.
Oh, I was gonna say, test results from what? Doing what? I combined your guys'
I
comments.
shot myself with my finger guns. That's why I'm
Yeah.
waiting on the test. No.
There. Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Penny Wagon Chaser.
Everyone knows that the best defense against finger guns is a mask.
That's true. Yeah.
It's
They'll
a
never
shield.
expect it.
Yeah. It keeps.
I heard a song about it, so
sucks
it
you
must be
away.
true.
Or something. Penny Wagon Chaser, it's my stream. Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you for coming in. Play Truly, the sorceress that whose source of magic is wild magic, and it causes all kinds of wacky, fun things to happen to all of us. And last week was a whole hell of a lot of fun. And we have a song that potentially wraps it all up, but we'll see.
Please, we don't wrap anything up here.
Because none of us listen to these songs until we're on stream, because we want to hear it for the first time together. So this is Krakus' song called More Misadventures, and we're going to go ahead and start it, and now.
We love to follow the misadventures of our blundering crew. We're much better than Mucky McFly, though his toe we want to view. We love to watch all the chaos as what magic starts to brew. They cast a spell, they swing a sword, or dream of bacon stew. They wander around the marshland with no clue where they should go. They wonder about young Truly, will her werewolf powers show? They bicker about directions and they've still not seen the road. They ramble south, they amble north, they face a giant toad. The creature is swallowing grumbly in one bite. Meaty and metally dwarf just don't taste right. The burning hands of Truly opening up the toad, saving a friend from death caused overload. Wild magic spills out from her ass. They're all talking like they're Mickey Mouse. They can't create and they can't sit straight, 'cause they're laughing so much their ribs are gonna break. Truly turns into our favourite dude. Falls down flat, more magic will exude. They now talk right, but there's a brand new sight, 'cause there's flowing locks on a goat who's gonna brood.
This is brilliant.
Canadian dude leads the way with marshland all a boots. Grumpy Demire reluctantly throws rope around the goots. They stumble across the caravan, destroyed but hear a hoot. An owl bear they back away, despite it looking cute. Demire remembers Rustwater is next. They're ribbing about the marshal, gets her vexed. The burning cheeks of the cleric running up the road, hoping to get there first or she'll ex.
Oh, spectacular.
Oh my god.
Can you just listen to that last 5 seconds, please?
Yeah.
Owlbear, they back away
Ooh,
despite it
beautiful
looking
genius.
cute. Dermire remembers Rustwater is next. They're ribbing about the marshal, gets her vexed. The burning cheeks of the cleric running up the road, hoping to get their first Orchial eggs.
Oh dear.
That's the show, everybody. Good night.
Yep.
Fucking
Follow
seed
that.
stealer crackers.
Follow that.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
they don't come for the D&D. They just come for the
my
Crackers
God,
concert.
right? Oh my God, that was so good.
What a genius!
And
Oh my
honestly,
God.
we don't have to do a previously on after that, because that
No.
was exactly
No,
the
that
whole
was
session.
that was it.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing. So that's great.
Well done and so good. So good. Ah, I love that you have found this talent in yourself. It is such a gift.
We've
I
unleashed
love
the
that we're
beast.
yeah, I love that we're actually inspiring people to discover creative sides of themselves that they didn't know they had. That's fucking great. The best thing
Yeah.
about this.
It does. It makes us very proud.
Oh my God.
Very.
Oh, I don't even know what to do about that except for maybe just go into the intro. Ugh. I'm blown away.
Yeah, correct. Because that was a
Amazing.
recap. That was definitely a recap.
So, for those who don't know, and please, if you haven't already, all my fellow players here, they're all streamers, as they've said. If you haven't shot them a follow yet, go do it. We're working very well together. This is such a fun group. And for those who are new, after each session, if you guys feel inspired to create art and submit it, it gets shown on the following session's stream. So it all gets added. Those are the lyrics. This is the art somebody created, and it's hysterical. Well done. We love it. The songs that Krakus makes, and Octavius and Aldous, all those things. That's all art to us, and it's always seen and heard on the following stream. And also, once we start session, we are no longer going to be interacting. I feel poke. Why my boob though? Why my left boob? That's
Because we all know the right one's a loser.
Go Team Toe.
oh fuck you! Get wrecked. My right boob is anyways.
That's a conversational path we don't need to go down.
It's a really good
Welcome
boob.
to a D&D stream.
It's a really
Stop
good...
talking about my boobs.
Yeah, it's a good boob. My right one is excellent and much better than Mucky's toe. Poles be damned. Any which case, don't hide your face. You don't get to be all ashamed of us yet. That comes later in session. Thank you, Octavius.
I'm hoping for some more swamp action.
What kind? Anyways, once we
Swampy,
get
bitey
into
action. That's all this party is good for.
we just want to we need Demea to turn into something and get bitten by something or whatever, because it's happened to all of us. I've been a man so many times I've lost track, and my guy ends up being a caveman, a dude bro, and then a Canadian, oh, and Mickey Mouse as well. So I mean,
yeah.
it's gonna be fun when we finally.
Entirely your own fault.
I mean, is it my fault or is it like these guys' fault? These guys that are redeeming all this nonsense.
Got far too many
No,
channel
it's your fault.
points.
Yeah, you have too
Okay.
many damn points. But what
Right.
we're saying is, once we get into session, we no longer start it. We don't interact with you guys in the way that we are right now. We will kind of resort to going into chat. So, on that note, take it away, Sir DM.
Okay. So we joined the party just outside Rustwater, heading up a forest path on the west side of the Rustwater River, kind of heading up into the forested foothills before you reach the mountains. You've been asked to accompany the marshal to track down a werewolf that attacked the town, having had some experience with being attacked by werewolves already. It's sort of about the mid-morning sort of time, because you guys kind of rested up and then had a quick encounter with an owlbear and then headed back to town, so it's not been all that long, given you woke up pretty early. So we're sort of mid-morning time. It's sort of fresh kind of autumn day, for once, having come out of the miserable drizzly marsh. You're actually in a day where you're not going to be soggy like all the time. Sadly, this does mean that there's no rain currently washing half a toad off Grumbly. The marshal is kind of walking along in front of the party. The rest of you are behind him. You're heading through the forest. Would you like to say anything, do anything?
Oh no, I made. A
I'm
mistake.
hungry.
Adrian doesn't want to ruin Demea's moment with the marshal, so he kind of hangs back a little bit to give them their personal space.
Truly is going to kind of walk beside Adrian and just be like, so I turned into a dude again and you turned into a goat. That was cool. How did you like it?
I love that I kept my hair.
It is kind of fantastic that the hair doesn't really change on the goats. My uncle, Frankie, he was kind of a cool looking goat, you know. And yeah, you kept your flowing locks. I mean, was it fun though?
I mean, as far as I could tell, it's a bit fuzzy.
I mean, up until the point that you had a rope tied around you.
I was about to say, I do have this weird burn on my neck from some. There's a rope.
Little tugging, maybe.
It seemed like that, but there was a lot of tugging of that when I was human.
Oh.
Just, I don't know, she seemed like really
into it.
Really into it, like controlling and dominating. Like it was weird.
I was getting that vibe too.
Yeah, it's you know what though? I mean, maybe it seemed like it was really for your well-being, honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I wonder if the marshal guy is
into the rope stuff. I don't know.
I was kind of trying to think about how to say it, but maybe that's like a thing they can bond over, like bond over.
Bond, yeah.
Yeah.
So. Definitely.
If only we could have got her more rope. I think that would be a good gift for her, you know, something that's already tied into knots or something.
Like special rope, you know,
Yeah,
like the
special
fabric. I feel like that could be like a really good birthday gift or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we ever figure out what her birthday is, that'd be nice. Yeah.
You know what? I think that
maybe she would like a new weapon. We could probably get her like a whip or something. You know.
Oh, right. To
Like some
smite
sort
thine
of
enemies
whip.
with a good slash to the buttocks.
Yeah.
You know. You started this, Aldous. You do not get to complain.
I'm not complaining.
Your faces.
No. No, you enjoy your bondage conversation with Adrian, and let's see where it takes you.
See where it takes Chad, actually.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Now in this bunch, I don't want to.
No, quite.
I'm just going to be down here. Back in a bit.
No reason whatsoever.
For no reason whatsoever.
Not-
Okay.
not science.
So, Demea, you're well, hang on a second. Truly, go ahead and make a charisma check for me, please. Actually, no, sorry. Make it a wisdom check.
Oh, nat 20.
Okay, fine. That's okay then. You manage as you're having this conversation to actually not get too carried away with it, so you don't manage to raise your voice to a booming volume that Demea and the Marshal can't overhear.
Okay, good. So all they can hear is us kind of snickering behind them a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. This is rapidly becoming the thing of Demea and the Marshal kind of walking about, and the three snickering trio like following behind them. Okay.
You know what? At least Truly and Adrian are getting along, right? Yeah.
Grumbly's just stood in between the two of them, going.
Saying that you and I are bonding over talking about
Oh.
someone else's bonding.
I mean,
I'm gonna leave you to think about that. Demea,
tie me harder, Daddy.
I read
"Ah."
everything.
okay. So,
Aldous, I want to make gifs of your facial expressions.
So, Demea, whilst the entertainment is happening behind you, what are you doing? Are you walking with the Marshal? Are you walking behind him? Are you saying anything? What's the deal?
Choose wisely.
I think Demea is gonna be like beside him, but like a step behind, and just kind of like looking at her hands a little and not really saying anything.
Hands.
Okay. He so the Marshal, as you kind of walk along, he seems to know this path quite well. And he sort of casts a glance over his shoulder, and at one point, he sort of slows by half a step, and so he's nearly walking next to you, and he says, "You seem troubled." And he says, "You more than anyone seem to want to reach the mines very badly. Do you mind if I ask why?"
Demea kind of hesitates for a bit and then kind of looks up at his face, and she's trying to like read him to decide if she can trust him with this information.
Okay. Go ahead and make an insight check.
Oh. Oh, 21.
Okay. You get the sense from that he genuinely wants to know.
Okay.
You also get the sense that he's also being a bit cautious and holding something back.
Okay. She's then gonna just tell him that her mentor was murdered, and she's trying to find out who's behind it. And every time I get close to finding out who's behind it, they get away.
He says your mentor. He says presumably the one who sort of brought you into your priestly order.
Yeah.
He says, he says, how did he die?
I'm not even sure. I walked into his office and he was on the ground already dead.
And your quest brought you here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he says, avenging those who are dear to us is certainly a noble quest.
And then she's gonna show him the wolf pendant, and like, I found this on his body.
He kind of reaches over, kind of has a look at it, passes it back. He says, pendant like that suggests a group that's organized. It's not something someone's carved in a idle moment.
No, and we've seen several pendants similar to this, and actually there's this woman with a red mask that we keep coming in contact with who has one. And I know she has answers, and I can't catch her, and it's really frustrating.
He looks back over at you and he says, yes, he says it's never like the stories, is it?
No, it really isn't. In the stories, it's like, oh, here's some breadcrumb of trails that leads you exactly to where you need to go. But in real life, it's like, no, sorry, you have to go help this burning town, and I'm gonna flee. And it's like, fuck you, I want to go catch you.
And he says, he gets this sort of pensive, like, look on his face, and he says, I remember my first battle. He says it was near Mithrad Water. A group of raiding monsters. I was just a squire then. He says I killed a bugbear. He says it was trying to crush me with a club. I put a sword through its stomach. He said it. I couldn't get the blood out of my armor for weeks afterwards. Every time I looked, there was some trace of him. So that I thought it would all be glory.
And yet, it's very messy. I mean, look at poor Grumbly. He's still covered in toad.
Rope.
He looks.
You hear that in the background.
He looks back at the three behind there, and he looks at you, and he says, when I joined the Knights in Silver, I thought my life would be dashing and heroic. I never quite thought it would be like this.
You just kind of start hearing the laughter kind of increase behind you guys.
The man like looks over her shoulder and looks at the marshal. It's like, would you rather this? We could trade.
He rather too quickly. He sort of says, "Oh no." He says, he says, "There's." He looks at you and he says, there must be something to be said for the open road and no obligations and a noble cause.
Yeah, I suppose. I find it hard to appreciate those moments because I just want answers. And it's just stuck in my head that I haven't gotten any yet.
And he says, yes. He says, well, maybe they'll come soon.
You know, the next time one of you are a goat, do you think that maybe we could try out some tricks or something? I think that would be. I think that would actually be kind of fun. You know? You might actually hear that a little bit in the background of your guys' conversation.
Yeah, Nevaeh's gonna kind of forget what she might have said because she's just like, "What about goat tricks?"
I don't know. Maybe we could like do parkour like with like but as goats or something. I wonder if I could ever get a hold
Mountain
of that on
climbing.
purpose. Yeah. Like which one of us can go higher? Which one of us is the better goat, you know?
Goat's good in mines.
Yeah, I feel like if we ever learned how to do this on purpose, that there could be a lot of fun there.
So it's as you're then engaged in serious debate about goat parkour that that from a little ways up ahead, there's a like a sort of shriek sound. It's not a human sound; it's like an animal sound. And the marshal kind of is immediately on alert, and he kind of looks back at you and he says, he says, I know this path. He says there's a clearing 100 yards ahead or so. Sounds like it came from up there. It means that it might be our could be our beast.
Rumbler's kind of looking round, fearful. He didn't like the wolves. Kind of looking at his two taller and more powerful friends either side of him, thinking, didn't like that.
Maybe um maybe Marshall should lead the way. His mission, after all, we're just here to help. Truly's just like content to stay in the background, like, I got bit by a wolf.
Okay, so the marshal kind of looks at you and he nods and he kind of makes his way kind of slowly up the path, kind of moving as quietly as possible. And he gets sort of, the woods at this point are kind of closing in a little bit. You've gone from the kind of the stretch near town. You've been walking for, maybe an hour or two. You're further up into the woods. The trees have kind of got a little bit closer together. There's now sort of kind of dappled light coming through the trees. Path is a little bit more brightly lit because the trees are a little sparser. So he sort of moves about sort of 50 yards or so, gets sort of nearer to this clearing, and he sort of he looks back at you and then he sort of steps off the path to the right and kind of motions for you to follow. And as he gets into the woods, then he really sort of slows his pace down and starts trying to move pretty stealthily, which he appears to do extremely well. So I'm going to ask the rest of you to go ahead and make stealth checks for me. And a reminder that there are a number of you who make these at disadvantage because of the colossal amount of armor that you're wearing.
Oh, that's 6 total for Truly.
Okay.
Well, we're Nevaeh, and that was with disadvantage.
7 for me, with disadvantage.
15 with disadvantage.
Okay.
We're so dead.
So you get to probably about sort of not quite to the edge of this clearing. You can see through the trees a little bit further ahead where they start to get more sparse. And there's various points where Truly's kind of like stepping on branches which make a little bit of a crack, and then she's like swears loudly every time she makes a little bit of noise. Grumbly just sort of occasionally knocks into something, makes a clanking noise with the shield, that sort of thing, and the marshal sort of at one point, moving kind of stealthily and cat-like, sort of stops and looks over his shoulder, and he looks at Adrian, who's doing quite a good job of moving silently, and he says, perhaps it would be best if you three were to flank around, sort of round to the right, and try to come in from behind the clearing. He says,
Are you trying to get us killed because you think we're really loud, and you don't want to get killed with us?
no. He says, I feel that Demea and I should perhaps try to get a closer look at the clearing.
Oh, you want to be alone with Demea. Got it. Guys, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Crunch, 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 crunch.
As he looks at Demea as the three of you kind of crunch off through the woods and says, he says, your companions appear to have much to learn about the art of stealth.
Oh, they do. They really do. They have a lot to learn about a lot of things.
Okay, so I'll say that in kind of it's going to take you guys like about 3 rounds to get to sort of your flanking position, and so in the first round of that, Demea and the marshal are able to get to the edge of the clearing, and Demea, what you see is you see a werewolf. It appears to be a bit wounded. There are sort of, some various signs of battle on its body. You think maybe you might recognize perhaps, some scorch marks from where something rather similar to a guiding bolt might have hit it, for instance. That sort of thing. And it's currently crouched over the carcass of a deer, which it is kind of in the process of having brought down. So it is at the moment fairly distracted and occupied.
Truly just goes, ew.
Well, Truly can't see it yet.
Oh,
Truly's
not
still
yet.
flanking around.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Yeah. Slight crunching sounds echo from the forest to your right.
It's just like,
I wonder why. I wonder what that could be.
I can't hear Mickey Mouse voices.
Thankfully, the werewolf seems more focused on other things at the moment. So, right, okay. So you and the marshal have obviously kind of got sight of this thing. The marshal is quiet and is not saying anything at the moment.
Why don't you kiss him? What? Oh my god, it's so romantic.
Yeah, so romantic. Yeah.
Oh look, there's a werewolf in the distance eating a deer.
Exactly as she imagined it would be for the first time.
It's like a Disney movie. You can hear the music playing.
Is the mayor twirling some rope in her hands at this point?
Oh, wait. It's alone in the clearing, right?
Yes.
That you can tell.
Yeah. It's a minor detail.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Okay, I should laugh.
That laugh confirms it.
So how close are we here? Oh, would you say we're within 60 feet?
Yes.
Oh god, are you gonna try to explode it? Oh my god!
Yep.
Why is exploding things always the answer to you?
Giggle says yes.
The quicker she makes the werewolf explode, the sooner she can get the marshal to
True.
explode.
Oh. Kaboom! Octavius.
How dare you, Octavius?
Oh my god.
Okay.
The mayor's after a marshal snack.
No,
So-
see, Tamaya likes exploding things because she's angry, okay?
Okay. So you're attacking the werewolf, yeah?
Yeah, it's with Shatter.
Okay. With shatter. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Level 1 or 2?
Well, it's a level 2 spell.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right.
Wanted to be sure.
So
it's guiding
it's
bolt
saying
that you can ramp up.
Constitution save, so I don't roll a hit, or I do roll a hit.
No, because shatter, you literally just pick a place you want to target with it. So it basically, just echoes from a point, and so everything within that has to make a con save. So your spell DC is 13, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So it's going to make it save. So you roll the damage, and it'll take half.
Rude. So rude. D8 was it? Yeah, D8. It's supposed to explode on impact. God.
If this
Clearly
thing
has more-
doesn't turn to ash in 2 seconds, I'm gonna be so upset.
Okay. It's more than 5 this time, okay? 12.
So, okay. So is that halved, or is it 12 and I need to halve it to 6?
That was total, so yeah, with 6 halved.
Half to 6. Okay, fine.
Still more than 5.
All right. So you, so the marshal, as you do this, his head kind of whips around to look at you, and he gets a curious look on his face. I'll say that with the 21 you rolled earlier, you have got a good read on him, and there's a sort of mix of kind of like shock, but also admiration at what you've just done. And he kind of sort of nods to himself, and he draws his sword and he walks into the clearing. And Demea, at this point, you hear the marshal shout, and you hear him shout as he walks into the clearing. You hear him shout, "Enough, Granis! No more killing!"
It's his friend. Oh shit.
Right. And at this point, he is going to walk over to the werewolf and he is going to attack it.
Who's Granis?
Oh.
Did you hear something over the other side of this bush?
Yeah, you will have heard a
Really
massively loud, crashing, ringing sound. So I'm coming to that.
Immediately who it is.
He swings his sword, and there is a lot of kind of, it's a solid hit on this werewolf, and it is going to take 15 damage.
Oh shit.
Okay. Right.
And from the bushes,
So-
you hear Truly saying to Grumbly,
Yeah.
"No, he's
It
too
is-
basic to be our backdoor friend."
It is you three. It is you three. You have heard this massive sound, and like a sort of animal kind of angry roar. So you probably fairly quickly figure out the battle has been joined. What are the three of you going to do?
How far away are we?
It would probably take you a full round's movement to reach the clearing.
Okay.
With the dash action.
But for a distance, like caster, I could totally do something.
Yeah, because you can't. Well, with a bonus action, you can, because you'll have to take your action to actually get to the clearing. You'll have a bonus action, therefore. So if you had like a cantrip or a spell that takes a bonus action, that kind of thing. But if you just moved 30 feet, you're still going to be 30 feet inside the forest. You won't be able to see it.
What if I just like exploded the area and
Oh, where the
casualties
mayor
be
is? Yeah,
damned?
cool. That's fine. Yeah, I don't think there's any.
Okay.
wrong with that.
It
No,
seems
don't do
like
that.
an option, because what if I don't know she's in there?
Yes, how could you possibly know?
Fireball.
You know,
If there wasn't a loud crack or anything.
there could be a lot of people who cast thunder spells in this forest.
And honestly, it could just be a storm rolling in. As far as no, I think all three of us would.
You're back.
And that's how Demea was killed by sarcasm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Truly is kind of rubbing her shoulder where she was bitten, but she is still kind of relaxed enough to keep kind of joking along with her friends. But she's going to, once she hears all the noise, she's just gonna kind of do her full movement and to get as close to the situation as possible. But if she can, she would like to stay behind a tree and looking around to just like inspect what's going on. Like, I wonder if I could just go cast around this tree and not get bitten again.
All right. So I shall assume that all three of you essentially use your movement and your turn to get to the clearing to where you can see
Yeah,
what's
I'm gonna
going
dash.
on.
I'm gonna
So
dash
at
towards the
that
clearing.
point, that is going to be our surprise round over, and everybody can roll for initiative.
Okay.
– 11.
16.
15.
15 as well. Stop copying me, Adrian.
I said it first.
It's almost like you're
I
linked
rolled it first.
by a rope.
Okay, so Grumbly, you are up first.
Damn it. Stupid dice.
No pressure.
Okay.
Just
So,
the whole group is watching you to see what you'll do.
Yeah.
mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So the marshals took a good swipe at this thing,
Yes.
and it's focused on the marshal, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay, so can I sort of try and mount this thing, trying to get on it and sort of
Mounted.
What's your obsession with mounting it?
stand on top of it? That's what mounting is. Your filthy minds can go wherever your filthy minds want to go. But my pure blood mind is
Like,
thinking standing
Pure
on its
blood.
shoulders
Oh, wow.
and
Why do you want
whacking
to
it on the
stand on
head.
its shoulders? It's about the size of a normal person, and so are you.
I want
I mean, it is a
to
funny
jump on it and
sight, though.
smack it in the top of the head. That's
You've
what I
been
want.
moshing too long. That's what
I
you've
have.
been doing.
I've got brain damage. Clearly.
Right.
And
so
he's
you
about
are
to
going
cause some for the wolf.
I'm
So
just going
as
to
a
go up and
dwarf-
try and jump on it and
So
whack
as a
it one on
dwarf,
the
you are
head.
going to try to run up to a creature and jump up on its shoulders so that you can hit it in the head.
Mhm.
Make an athletics check.
Ah,
Can you please have Grumbly go wee as he's jumping?
Really, really hope he actually scores big on this athletic check.
Me
Because
too.
I want to hear this.
it's been a long week. What can I say?
Bold strategy, God. Let's see how this plays out.
Right, what do athletics? Blah 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 blah. Ooh. So that's 19.
Oh,
Okay. So you get
Laugh it
like
up, boys.
you get like a fairly decent jump, but even with a really good jump, you can't jump high enough to get onto its shoulders. Basically, what you end up doing is giving it a hug from behind, with like your legs are wrapped around its waist.
well, you mounted it.
Yeah, this doesn't generate art. I don't
You
know what
see
will.
a thumbs up reach from behind the tree. Truly's hiding behind.
Riding the fucking werewolf like it's a rodeo bull.
Yep.
Truly's giggling from behind the tree, and she has her thumb out.
Yeah.
Have I got a handful of fur?
I think we probably say that one of your hands is sort of nestled in its fur, sort of somewhere on its side, and the other one is sort of, I don't know, clasped uncomfortably over its werewolf nipple
Could we?
as you attempt to sort of haul yourself up by whatever you can lay your hands on.
Nipple.
However, unfortunately, Grumbly, you are not considered a magical weapon, so therefore you haven't actually done any damage to it.
You've given it a big ol' hug and then caressed
yeah.
its nipple.
I was going to say,
I'm just riding it rodeo
on the
style.
plus side, the werewolf might feel slightly better about itself. So,
I mean, yeah, especially after truly insulted it last time. So, you know, could you fight harder? Like Jesus.
Self-confidence boost. Good job.
Great, you helped it.
okay, so Demea, I'm going to say that you will go next because you have the higher dexterity out of you and Adrian.
Demea's like, great. I can't use shatter again. It's freaking Grumbly isn't humping it for some reason.
Sorry, not humping, caressing the nipple.
Milking the werewolf.
Yeah. Little tweak. Little.
How far away am I from the werewolf?
You about 25 feet.
Ooh, excellent. In that case, I'm gonna use Bane on it at level 1.
Okay, that's fine. You can absolutely do that. So just make sure you mark off the spell slots and everything. And that's one where it's
charisma check of 13.
First an attack roll before the spell's range. D4. Okay, yeah. So it needs to make a charisma. Famously charismatic werewolves. So no, that's fine. You sort of see this sort of, I don't know, aura of. Well, what does it look like when Demea banes something?
Oh,
with a dwarf on its back.
I think what's gonna happen is that her eyes are gonna glow with this like mixture of like a dark red and black that kind of swirls around, and then she's gonna like stretch out her hand, and like this tendril of like smoky blackish red smoke is gonna go towards the werewolf and like go in its face or something.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So this is sort of a mix of like your forest magic, but also a little bit of the sort of the tiefling infernal magic going on there. So yeah, absolutely. All right, that's fine. So you have successfully baned it. So essentially, it's going to be much less efficient at attacks and saving throws from now on. Right, Adrian, it's your turn.
I'm going to use Searing Smite.
Okay.
So I gotta cast that with a what, 1d6, right?
Well, it's well, you need to remember that essentially
that's right. Yeah.
You cast it as a bonus action.
Yep.
And then it's you have to make a melee attack, and then the neck, and when you hit,
yes,
you deal an extra d6 of fire damage.
Okay. 18 with the bonus.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you absolutely hit. You're able to stride over to it, and I'll say that with an 18, you're accurate enough with your strike that you don't manage to hit any of Grumbly at the same time.
That was a thought of mine, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So you get to roll a d6 for the fire damage as the werewolf bursts into flames. No prizes for what's going to happen next.
4 on the d6.
Okay. The werewolf bursts into flames and takes 4 points of fire damage. Make sure you mark off a spell slot for me, please, Adrian. Right, at which point, Grumbly, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Thanks, Adrian.
Fire doesn't really, not a fan of fire. Okay? I could slice the shit out of it all day. Didn't do anything to it. It healed instantly. Burn them.
Grumbly, what'd you get?
I've got to maths. Hold on a second.
Do you want to borrow Alcos calculator?
We need
20.
like the
It's good.
we'll be right back sort of
It's
screen.
good. The D's doing me good today. So I'm just looking for Constitution, and I found it. That's a 21.
Okay, that's fine. So there's the initial sort of flash of heat and flames, but thankfully, because you're on its back and mostly the fire seems to be confined on its front, while you feel your arms getting very, very hot, you're kind of able to like withstand the heat, and it's not quite affected you yet.
He's giving
you
the
are
heated
exposed to the
massage.
fire, so each time we
Pretty
get
armor
round,
saving me here.
yeah. So next time we get round to the top of the round, we will of course be. You'll have to do that again.
Work that heat in, Bucky. Just work it in,
Right. Truly, it's your turn.
So this werewolf is like on fire, and Grumbly is still latched onto this thing.
Well, yes. He hasn't yet told me he wants to let go. So yes.
As we saw from his dead lover, he doesn't let go easy.
He is still hugging the burning werewolf.
She's looking up from behind the tree.
It's like the opposite of Rosenjack with the ice.
He's finding a whole lot of room in that werewolf.
She just kind of whispers to herself, "Why?" Okay. And she's like sitting there thinking, I can't. I don't want to hit him. And so she's going to just kind of go like, fuck, and she's gonna like hype herself up a little bit, just trying to like, okay, and then she's gonna run up behind the wolf and grab it by the actually kind of by its side. And she's gonna look at it really freaked out. She's like, this sucks, and she's gonna do burning hands on his torso.
Okay. Okay.
That is, I think, a dex of 15. That's
grabbing him by the. You're grabbing the wolf by the ass.
Torso.
Okay, just want to
Okay.
check because
Torso.
So
know your human body or wolf body. Torso.
Right.
Torso.
Grumbly, I'm going to need you to make a dex save with disadvantage.
Oh no.
If you would have just gotten off this thing's back so that we could effectively attack it.
The worst thing is, there's a method in my madness, and you lot are really screwing up my idea.
Yes, it's all their fault.
It is. It really is. God damn it.
And the man's watching this like,
oh yeah, you're completely innocent in all this.
Yeah.
I only used the area effect spell when it was alone, thank you.
Yeah. Well, if everything's going to be an area of effect attack if Mucky is literally latched onto the thing's back.
Right, Truly, I need you to roll damage for me, please.
Did the thing do a dex save as well?
Yes, the thing did a dex save.
Okay. So, I rolled the damage. Okay, shit. Yep.
Damn it.
That's 9 total.
9 total. Right, so
Really low.
the werewolf tries to twist away from you nimbly and agilely because it is a nimble and agile werewolf, but it is a nimble and agile werewolf with a 250-pound bacon-ridden dwarf on its back in full armor. Therefore, nimbly twisting away is somewhat tricky, and it takes the full force. However, as it writhes in pain, it twists Grumbly full into the fire as well, and Grumbly has got such a tight hold of this werewolf that he's not able to kind of leap away in time. So he takes the full hit of the fire as well. At this point,
The whole time, so she's
So
doing this. She
Grumbly-
goes, "Oh
so
fuck!
Grumbly,
oh fuck! Oh
you
sorry!
take-
Oh fuck! Oh sorry!"
you take the Grumbly. You take the full 9 points of fire damage from Truly's flaming hands spell.
She's
The
let go!
werewolf goes up in flames like a torch, writhes briefly, and collapses to the ground. At which point, Penny, I need you to roll me an alarming number of d20s.
No.
So let's roll the one for the actual wild magic table first.
Okay, that one I can just call out.
Yeah. Yeah, is it a 1, basically?
It's a 3.
And that means there is no actual wild magic result. However, there are 3 custom ones.
And on that,
Let's make this weirder.
yeah.
Who will be the goat? Who will be the goat?
There you go, Crackers. There's a song for you.
Please.
Yeah.
Who will be the goat?
It's the wheel of goats.
We need one of them little things that you spin round on it.
Oh, actually, that's one we haven't done before.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! I mean, yay!
Only slightly concerns.
Uh,
There's actually quite a few we haven't done.
maybe we can re-roll this one though, because for reasons.
For reasons of the fact you've done it so many times.
Right.
Go on. Re-roll it and then I'll decide
Roll
between
the
them.
7.
Okay, I will. Oh.
Alright, I'll make up my mind. Right, so I'm going to say that right, give me a moment.
If you want me to re-roll any one of them,
No.
yeah.
Right, so Grumbly, you you all see sort of as Truly casts this kind of wave of fire out of her hands, a now all too familiar kind of aura of light kind of surrounds Truly a little bit, and it seems to sort of like be sort of highlight her a bit more vividly. And as she does this, some of this light kind of comes out in with the fire. It sort of washes around Grumbly and the werewolf, though, but it sort of kind of carries on past the fire, and Adrian finds himself kind of surrounded for a moment by a little sort of nimbus of this light as well. Now, at this point, you begin to notice a couple of things start to happen. One is that Truly's sort of posture and attitude sort of change. She sort of starts to become, I don't know, a little bit more disinterested in things and that sort of stuff. And, sort of idly start kind of batting at, little motes of dust, as they go by. Truly, at the same time as you're doing this, you note that these little motes of dust aren't really behaving in the way the little motes of dust should, and you should probably tell them what they're doing wrong. Grumbly, at this moment, you kind of rise to your feet, and you sort of take a deep breath to kind of shout at Truly, to tell her off for burning you alive and all of that. But as you take a deep breath in, your nostrils are assailed by a truly foul stench.
Okay.
Which initially you think must be what burning werewolf smells like. But you realise that it's not what burning werewolf smells like, it's what Adrian currently smells like.
Oh, did you go for a morning poop?
Not yet.
Truly, you'll see her, she kind of abruptly turns her head and looks at Grumbly and says, "You shouldn't have jumped on its back." And then she just launches herself forward to the tree that she was hiding behind before, and then kind of does a bounce up against it, and then jumps back onto the ground and just looks at you like really intently.
Grumbly's just going to be sort of taken aback by it, but he's so distracted by the stench. He's not really got anything more to say. It's kind of slowly moving away, and he's just going to draw out of his backpack the silver dagger that he had there, going, I was going to stick it with this.
Well, don't tell him that you're gonna stick him with that.
Oh dear. So, as you're doing this, you notice that the body on the floor that was the kind of burning werewolf has sort of reverted back in death into the body of a man. Sort of looks to be sort of youngish, in his 20s, a little bit of sort of salt and pepper hair kind of thing. Pained expression on his face, and the marshals sort of stood over him, kind of looking down at him, kind of resting the tip of a silver longsword on the ground.
Truly is going to kind of slink up in front of Marshall and just be like, "Have you ever thought of maybe giving us a heads up, like that this is what we could have expected?" And then she's gonna slowly come up and just kind of not like use her claws or anything, but she's just kind of swat at his face and then run away.
Oh no.
He's going to sort of flinch away, but he's sort of not. He doesn't really react to that.
Demia's gonna go up to him just in case and be like, "This happens. Her magic is interesting. It has side effects, and I think we're experiencing some of them at the moment."
He looks at you and he says, "Don't concern yourself." He says, "Your companions and you are powerful." He said, "You're unorthodox, but you're more powerful than I'd even hoped."
Yep, and I smell right now.
Truly will.
He looks over and says, "Yes, yes, you do."
Truly goes up to Adrian, and with her claws, she starts scratching his jacket, and you can see little tears coming in it, and she's just staring at him. "You really do smell bad. Have you ever considered like actually taking baths, maybe?"
Adrian kicks Penny Cat, shoos her away.
She bounds over to a rock and bounces off of it.
Oh my god. Demia's just gonna like close her eyes and shake her head, just like,
Did you even like grab his butt while you guys were alone? I mean, did you even try to take a chance on love or humps?
"We're hunting a werewolf."
She sees a pine cone on the rock that she just bounced off and just slowly like.
So the marshal at this point is going to sort of turn his back on the body of his deputy and walk a few feet away. He's sort of.
Adrian takes out his sword and angles the sunlight or the moonlight onto the ground, so it's like a beam of light onto the ground. It just moves it around to distract Penny.
Launches off.
Demia's gonna walk up to the marshal and just put a hand on his shoulder and just doesn't really know what to say because of what's going on around this solemn
So,
moment.
as truly the cat bounds about the clearing, and Adrian, stinky Adrian, laughs whilst reflecting the sunlight around, and Grumbly kind of pats the last singes out of his beard. Demea, you sort of have your hand on the marshal's shoulder, and he turns and he gives you a pained look, and he says, a few years ago, he says, I was a deputy in Southwind. He says, Southwind was attacked. He said, I just joined the Knights in Silver, protecting Gurdawn. But I wasn't strong enough. And I failed. And I couldn't save everyone. And he sort of turns, so your hand kind of falls away from his shoulder, and he starts to kind of fiddle with the armor on his forearm. And he says, they offered me power. They said to save and protect the others, we had to be willing to do whatever it took. But they never said what you lose. He takes the armor off his forearm to reveal a very large bite scar on his forearm.
Oh. Oh, what?
And he looks over at Truly, who's currently bouncing around. And he says, just like her, just like what she said to me when she was bitten, that I thought I could control it, thought I could use it. But by the time you learn how, you're already lost, drenched in the blood of innocence.
You remember how he said that he was thinking about killing me because I was bitten, but he's actually a werewolf? Should we kill him?
Whoa.
I'm just saying, I'm feeling a little bit like hypocrisy coming off this guy here.
I think it's more experience that had him speaking, truly, okay?
I feel like maybe if he had thought before he spoke, it might have been a little bit probably better received by everybody involved. And as she's saying that, she starts leaping across the room and bounces off of Grumbly's chest.
You realize you're not the size of a cat, right? You're full size, so you're probably knocking him on his ass.
Yes, probably.
Okay.
The marshal at this point has got his sword kind of resting on the ground, and he's kind of got his hands on the hilt, and you can see him sort of clenching and unclenching his fingers on them, and he looks at Demea, and he's hearing what you're saying, truly, but he is speaking to Demea at this point. He said, I tried to get out. But I was weak, and I was ashamed. And he looks straight at you, and he said, and they have my father.
Who's they?
He says, but you can end it. He says, you can end it, and he pulls the key out of his jerkin, and he yanks it off his neck, and he throws it away into the woods. And he says, there's no reward. There's no key. He pulls out, you don't need them. He says, mines aren't locked. He pulls a letter out of the pocket of his cloak, and he says, it's all here. Stuffs it away. He says, if you strike me down and set me free, if you let me fall in their service, It'll keep my father safe. It'll let the townsfolk think their marshal fell in this clearing, protecting them from a beast in the wild. And you can go to the shrine and go to the mines and you can kill them all.
I was just joking when I said that we should probably kill him. She's just gonna see some of Mucky's or Grumbly's hair on the ground since she just knocked him over with her full body weight. And she's just gonna kind of paw at the hair on the ground a little bit. I was just joking.
So Demea's gonna like grab the marshal by both shoulders now and just be like, "Are you trying to tell me that you are part of the group with the red mask?"
He nods.
Oof.
I think she's actually just gonna like push him back and like stagger back from him a few steps and be like, "I'm sorry, what?"
Oh,
Phil over here smelled, but I did say I didn't trust him.
You know what? Maybe
Shut up, Smelly.
you guys, she'll explode him if we're not careful here. Demea, have you tried like counting to 10? Maybe if you counted to 10, it might help. Let's not explode him.
Marshall looks at you truly as you say, "She'll explode him if you're not careful." And he gets a wild look in his eyes and he says, "Good, end it for me." And he picks up his sword and he goes for Demea.
Okay, Truly is going to bound over in almost in complete like cat form and tackle him.
You can try. Roll for initiative.
Oh.
I want to from him though. Don't kill him. Yes, answers. Don't kill him.
14. She tackles him.
Right, so 14 is your initiative roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The rest of you.
How far away is he from
You're all in the clearing.
Poor Grumbly's on the ground.
You're all
lunched
about
off
20
of
feet or so
Grumbly.
away from each other.
20 feet or so? Oh.
Ah! Ah!
I got a 10.
Let me talk to him, you bitches.
Initiative.
19.
Oh, come on, you stupid dice. 13.
This is going to be an interesting fight.
Ah!
Grumbly, what you got?
I got a 10 on that, sorry.
Okay. Adrian, your turn's first.
Okay. You said we're about like 20 feet away from each other?
Thereabouts, yeah.
Am I able to
Knock him out with
dash
your
in
hits.
and use a like a melee attack of sorts?
Yeah, you can.
Alright, so I'm gonna dash in
Okay.
and I'm going to use Vampiric Bite.
Okay.
What?
So, the rest of you see Adrian do something that you have never seen before. Adrian
That's 24, by the way.
dashes across the clearing.
If you
And-
exercised more, you would run faster.
And as he does so, his face seems to change and his jaw kind of elongates and his, it's almost as if he sort of teeth seem to lengthen into fangs and he latches onto the marshal's side. And you can go ahead and roll damage.
I bet you there's a cream for that face problem that you have. Maybe you should consider looking into a cream, she's saying.
Sorry, puppy.
This is your guys' fault. This is not Truly. This is your guys' fault.
All right. Adrian, what'd you get?
3.
Is that...
Oh, plus
With the
2, so
plus-
5.
Yeah. Okay, so he's going to take 5 damage. Okay. So, at that point, it's the marshal's turn. And he's going to look. He's going to shake Adrian off, and he's going to look at him, and he's going to go, "Good, good," and he is going to swing back at you.
So he's swinging back at me.
Yes,
All right, that gets him
you've
off of
bitten him.
Demeo.
He's going to swing back. Well, he was going for her, and then you dashed in and bit
Yep.
him.
That's the idea, to get him away from her.
So, right, and he's going to kind of swing his sword at you in like a couple of kind of sweeping arcs. And you are going to take 13 damage from the 2 hits he gives you. Okay. Truly, it's your turn. Oh, sorry, Trudy Cat.
So, this is gonna be awkward because now, you know, she's criticized Adrian for running faster.
The best part is that would distract Penny even if she wasn't a cat.
So she's seen this Adrian's face change. She felt compelled to criticize and correct and suggest better ways of doing things. She's still kind of concerned. She is of the mindset not to kill this person and to try and get this under control. She's not the physical type, but she's going to try and tackle this one to the ground. And use rope on him, since that seems to be our thing.
Okay. So, at which point you can do one of a couple of things. So you can attempt to grapple him, at which point it will be a contested strength check. The other alternative is for you to take the shove action, which I will just double check on exactly what the rule for that is. Okay, so if you want to try and shove someone, that would knock him down. At which point, so instead of making an attack roll, you make a strength check, which again is contested by either his strength or dexterity. And if you succeed, then he's knocked over.
Is there a way I can use my charisma to knock him down?
No.
No.
You could use Adrian's smell.
What about my dexterity?
No.
As a cat, I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
No.
No? Alright. Well,
No.
she's going to launch herself and do like the shove action where she just basically tries to leap up and grab his face and...
Okay. That's fine. Go ahead and make
And
a strength
land.
check for me.
Oh, this is bad. Oh,
Oh, that sounds bad.
6?
6.
6.
Okay. Yeah, okay. He got a 22.
Oh, wait, hold on. There might be something we can do.
So you
Wait.
basically walk up to him and go, eh. And he just kind of doesn't move.
Yeah. Down with you. Tway.
I don't understand. Why aren't you falling over?
Yeah.
I hate cats.
He's just going like this. He's like, so it's like, Hold on. Wait, I might be able to re-roll this. Okay, hold on. I do have Tides of Chaos.
You want Tides of Chaos it?
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll this.
Oh, if you roll lower, I will.
You will nothing. So I go up and I go, and then I'm just like, wait. I go back and I'm trying to get
Wait, yeah.
Wait, 1 second. And then she goes back and
just
she
like time stone yourself back and have another go.
Yes. Hold on. Let me go open up the safe to get my gun. You just stand there, Robber.
Wait.
And that's an 11. So it's better.
It's better, but it's still not knocking him down.
Yep. So,
You
but,
kind of time stone yourself back, and you kind of go, and he's like, he's like actually kind of like moved back by like an inch, and he just sort of looks at you, as opposed to absolutely nothing happening before.
Yep.
Okay, so.
But I also messed up his clothing with my claws, so.
That's the
Demea,
most damage right there.
it's your turn. Yeah, absolutely. I think we can all agree that the fashion damage is the most painful.
Yeah.
Quite cutting.
Can
Derry
I just
goes dressed like
take
that.
a moment to say this really sucks for Demea? Like a lot? Like she's having a day, guys.
She was laying the
Demea's
ass.
having a rough go.
Like first her mentor's dead, then she's getting a crush on this guy, then it turns out he's part of the evil cult that killed her mentor. She's like, this is fucking fantastic. And now he's gone crazy and wants me to kill him. Fuck.
I mean, DM didn't make you have a crush on him. It's not my fault if
That's a good point. Yeah,
if your group peer pressured you into it.
Oh, don't put this on us.
Oh, I will. I will.
When does it follow?
Me neither.
You never do.
Okay, let's see. I have an idea. Where is it? Gust of wind. So a line of strong wind, 60 feet long and 10 feet wide, blasts from you in a direction you choose from for the spell's duration. Each creature that starts in its turn in a line must succeed a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you in the direction of the following line. And then any creature in line must spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot. It might get rid of Adrian's stink. If he's in range.
Yeah, because that's the big concern right now.
So I'm
It
gonna
does say the gust disperses gas or vapor.
So I'm gonna cast Gust of Wind, and as a bonus action, can I basically try to talk to him?
Oh yeah, of course. You can try and talk to him as a free action.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna cast it and be like, "Let's dickhead." Maybe not quite that way, but she's feeling a little aggravated at the moment.
Yeah, okay, no,
It's either that or you explode him.
That's understandable. So he's going to pass his strength check.
Damn it!
Given that you said it would get rid of Adrian's stink, that probably means Adrian is in the line as well. So you're probably going to need to make a strength check for me, Adrian.
$14.
Yeah, you're fine. Right. So although you are being nicely aerated, right? Yeah. You want to talk to him, Demea? What do you want to say?
Okay. Basically, I want to be like, okay, can we all calm down for a freaking second? I have way more questions to ask before I even consider your crazy freaking demand of killing you.
So he's going to take the strength check. As he does so, he has to put quite a lot of effort into resisting your gust of wind. and you see this sort of ripple in his features, almost like something is trying to kind of like push out from him, and but he kind of suppresses it back down and kind of stays, looking like himself, and he says, you don't understand what it's like. He says, he says, I have to do what they say, but you are noble, and you are driven, and you have a cause, and you can get to them.
Oh, no, noble! I just want revenge for my mentor. Can we just, like, you know these people? I need answers.
He seems to think that revenge for a mentor is pretty noble.
Oh damn, we would have got along quite well. God damn it.
Okay. So Grumbly
it was
is
peer
gonna,
pressure,
Yeah.
definitely not. Yeah.
One last
Grumbly is
kiss
gonna
before he
pass-
dies, or
Grumbly is going to pass to your
first and
turn
last.
at this point.
Grumbly's doing what now?
It's your turn.
That's what we want to know. What are you doing? You want to ride him?
Oh, well, not this one. I don't want to ride.
The only enemy
yeah.
jump on.
Only furry
he's like,
thing
I
is
don't
the
want
big
to. I don't want to
nipples.
actually be on his back. I just want to caress the nipple again. That's all. Like,
It's legit.
that's like his
legit
attack. That's
rampage.
his move. He walks up and he just puts his hand on his nipple. Just stares
So
at him.
It was supposed to be my nipple.
So there's a character in these D&D novels who's a dwarf character called a Battle Rager, and he basically wears armor that's covered in like sharp edges and stuff, and his fighting tactic is basically to jump on people and hug them to death.
I love that guy.
I feel that's the way that Grumbly's going at this point.
Yeah, it's the future, kids. I'm
It's an
Grumbly's
intimidation.
kind of torn.
You know.
It's torn because he kind of sees this emotion in Demea and doesn't want to sort of anger her. It kind of wants to see if we can't redeem the marshal, but he's very torn at this point. So he's going to try and could he use his hammer to try and spark the marshal out so we can get him in a calm mood later?
Yeah, you can certainly attack him with a hammer. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just sort of.
Because you can do non-lethal damage. That's just a thing you
I
can
love
declare.
tap.
So I'm going to try.
Yeah.
I'm
Love
going
tap.
to I'm going to try
Love
and
tap.
love tap him around the back of the head because he's
That's
kind of
fine.
faced.
Oh, you're
Go
gonna
ahead.
smash his skull open on accident.
Go
Yes,
You're like,
ahead.
just a
I
little
am.
love tap, and it's gonna go.
Go ahead and roll to hit. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Damn it, Mucky.
We do the most damage by accident, so
Yeah.
What, like Aqua exploding everything where we really wanted to save them?
Oh, yeah.
There's just guts everywhere.
Why do we
what
keep
the-
exploding people?
Uh-huh.
Guys.
I forgot what I had to hit now. That's it. Fine. So that's 20 on that one. The D's good.
That's fine. Yeah. Is that a roll of 20 or a total of 20?
That's with the
With
yeah,
the
I
thing.
don't.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. So that's fine. Roll damage. Let's see how big of a hit it is.
Sorry, Aqua. 2 plus. What was that? 7.
7. Okay, so you hit him round the back of the head, and it's a pretty solid connection, and like he turns his head to you and basically growls, and you see essentially that you hit him in the back of the head and you've cut the skin open, but you see like it partially sort of start to knit back together, and then he kind of fights back again, and he sort of and the growling kind of ebbs away, and you see that you have actually done a little bit of damage there. Right, okay, we are back to the top of the round, and it's Adrian.
Oh, he's not unconscious? Damn it.
Just,
Okay.
what?
Hey, can you calm the F down, man? Like, we just want to talk to you. And maybe we
Yeah,
can kill you
Marshall.
after. Like, why are you pushing this?
What a great deal.
Calm down now. We'll kill you after.
Yeah, we can both get what we want here. Why are we forcing this confrontation, man? You know, like, I'll bite you back. It'll be like a thing. No?
Give the Marshall cat
The
powers
mayor's
as
not
well.
having that.
He's got wolf and cat powers.
Wolf and cat powers.
Yeah.
All right,
Can
so...
I become a cat lady then?
Will that involve leather cat suits?
Yeah, truly. Then after that comment, just kind of sporadically jumps off of Grumpy's
Half of
face
us
again.
are like trying to talk him down. Half of us are attacking him. This is...
Well, I just bounced off Grumbly's face just in between
Yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah.
Yep. But I'm right back
gonna-
where I started.
I'm gonna use Searing Smite because that fire seems to work on the werewolves. So
Yeah, I mean, don't forget you have Divine Smite as well, which actually does do more damage. I mean, in theory, Searing Smite
True.
lasts longer, right? Because it's
It does.
recurring every round.
correct.
But in terms of like the actual initial damage, like a Divine
Yeah,
Smite
Divine
is
Smite is-
2d8. It's up to you which one you want to do. But you're looking at 1d6 initially with a potential saving throw against a d6 every round thereafter, or just an initial 2d8 which they can't save against.
Oh, that he can't save against.
Well, it's where are you? So if you look at
The features and traits.
if you look at bonus actions, I think it is, or is it reaction? Where are we? So actions in combat. So you got your vampiric bite, yes, and then
Oh, pussy.
where are we? We should have all.
It's under the features and traits.
There we go. Yeah, absolutely. So you have your sacred weapon, you have your divine sight. There we go. That's it. Yeah. So divine smite, when you hit with a melee attack, 2d8 extra radiant damage plus 1d8 for every spell slot higher than first. So yeah, there's no save.
Okay, I'll
It's
do
just
that.
it's just you get a bonus 2d8 damage.
Oh, well then we'll do that. Divine Smite then.
That's why paladins are awesome.
Paladins rock.
So rolling d20 now.
Yep.
Sorry.
Truly wanders up to Demea and
That is
rubs her
dirty
her neck on the side of her arm. A little
Dirty
bit.
20.
Yeah, that'll
And
hit.
Demea's like reluctantly like,
All right, so I do the sword damage and then I do the divine smite damage, correct?
You do.
Does that make any light when you do that?
He can tell you what it looks like in them
Yeah.
when he does it.
All right, so the regular sword damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 5 plus the extra damage, 9.
Okay.
And then the 2d8s for the divine smite. Four, and then another 4, so another 8.
Okay.
Nice. 17 total.
That's fine. So it's going to be the martial return, and I think he'll probably, as Adrian seems to be sort of, as Adrian kind of hits him with this damage, you see him again, sort of trying to kind of like he kind of grimaces, but like again, sort of is like this sort of thing within him is trying to come out, but he's keeping it pushed down. And he is going to go after Adrian because he's trying to goad him on to attack him more. But he's going to miss. And he's then going to sort of see.
Tried actually like aiming a little bit. If you actually like used a little bit of intent in your movements, you might actually have landed that hit on my friend. That you could probably work on that.
And he's going to throw an attack at Grumbly. as well, because he sort of sees Grumbly's kind of hesitating about what to do. And Grumbly, you can take 10 damage from that hit.
Picking on me
I'm
for.
being a jerk right now. On purpose.
You're
And it's
like-
very annoying.
You're like, I really
Yeah, I don't
want-
like your boyfriend, Demea. Okay.
He's not my boyfriend. Okay?
He's a desperate man.
He's very
Right.
desperate. And he won't
True.
talk. It's annoying.
Truly, it's your go.
So while she was like rubbing her like face and neck against Demaya's arm and criticizing Marshall and his attacks at the same time, she's like, is there anything we can do to like get you to simmer the fuck down? We just want to talk to you, and then we can figure out what it is that you want from this situation. And all the while she's like reaching into her backpack, and then she tries to trip him with a rope.
I'm getting mixed messages from you.
But she might get a little bit distracted by the ends of the rope as she's attacking.
Yep.
Right. So
Just in case she rolls low, she's distracted by the rope.
So
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
gonna try. She's gonna try and use a rope to trip him up.
Yes.
So the first thing you can do then is try to make a melee attack with the rope. So you can make a melee attack using either your dex or your strength.
Dex, please.
Fine. Go ahead and roll.
God damn it. Alright. Yes, I have all the good ideas today. Oh no! That's 7.
You don't
Rolling
have
like
the
a
good
Ben.
rolls for it.
Yep, I'm rolling like a Ben today.
So you basically
Jesus. You're teasing
So-
him with it.
so you go to get like the rope, and as you go to like swirl it kind of round and like throw it at his legs, you kind of like get distracted by it and just start like batting it underneath your own hand, kind of. So yeah.
Are you into ropes? I know somebody else who is.
Oh, no.
Demea, it's your turn.
For science.
Oh, nuts. So I had to try to figure out what to do in this crazy messed up situation. Okay, so... So he's basically surrounded by everyone else, right?
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Uh,
So shatter would be a bad idea.
yes, it would. I'm also out of level 2 spell slots, fortunately.
I know a level 1 spell you like.
I do. It's just I'm torn. I'm very torn.
Yeah.
This is very frustrating.
It's almost like I planned it that way.
Look at his beautiful evil smile.
And like so Demea right now is just very frustrated and angry because she's like, I know what you're doing, Marshall. I know what you're doing. You're trying to attack my friends and goad me into attacking you. I know what you're doing, but because you're attacking my friends, I'm going to freaking attack you. But I don't like the fact that you're forcing me to attack you.
Truly then gets on her back and just kind of starts like scratching on the floor, just kind of like doing this and just be like, should you count to 10 again?
You know what? She's really frustrated with him, so she's gonna like charge
Couple
up
different
to
ways.
him. No. No. Yeah, she's gonna charge up to him and use inflict wounds.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and make your roll to hit, right?
10.
That's not gonna do it.
Yay!
Damn it. Now I wasted a spell slot.
Well, the only thing I will say is don't forget that you have inspiration on your character sheet.
Oh, I can
Now
reroll.
you don't have to use it, but with us playing over Discord and stream, I know sometimes you can forget to look at things. So
I have to expend another spell slot, or do I reroll it
no,
without
you
spending?
can you just get to re-roll the attack.
Okay, I'm gonna use it. 17.
That will hit.
3d10, you irritated, gorgeous butthead.
Wow.
Get the calculator ready.
Maths.
Oh God, Aqua's one weakness.
Basic math. Oh, he's
So
laughing.
the 0 is 10, right?
Yes.
Okay. 20.
Okay. So, as you so what does it look like when Demea does inflict wounds? What does this look like?
So she's gonna like lay her hands on, like she kind of would if she was using cure wounds, but instead of like giving healing energy, it's like this like dark, almost hellish looking energy that just like splits his skins and stuff.
Okay, and you see this kind of ripple over him, and he kind of like grunts with sort of the pain, and he sort of looks at you as you do this, and it sort of as you sort of put your hand on him, he sort of grabs it here, and he kind of, as he's sort of collapsing to the ground, there's a sort of look on his face of kind of there's pain, but there's relief and there's gratitude there, and he drops his silver sword on the ground. And he reaches into his cloak and he pulls out a piece of paper and he stuffs it into your hand before he falls onto the ground.
Did you just kill him?
Yes, you did. And if you check in chat in the DMs, you will find said piece of paper. Now I'm not gonna read it out. I'm gonna let you lot decide how you want to do this as far as letting chat know what's in it.
I wasn't mentally prepared to kill him just then. Fuck.
Right. I'll
You
be
should
back in a
have
moment.
counted to 10, honey. I told
Oh,
you.
God.
She's still just on the ground, kind of doing this, and she watched the whole thing happen with kind of like wide eyes. She's like, you know, you really need to work on that temper of yours. If you just try counting to 10 and taking deep breaths. You know, I'm really sorry. I know that you liked his butt.
I mean, you could take some with you if you want.
I feel like I did so much in that whole scenario.
Yeah,
I feel like
you were great.
I
Loved it.
contributed a lot, you know?
Yeah. Adrian pulls his sword out and casts more light shining everywhere. Here you go.
She like does the lazy where she's just kind of still on her back, but she's trying to swat at it.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
This is going on. Demea is basically just kneeling beside the marshal, like just staring at her hands with the paper in one of them, and just like.
Move on. I know.
Like, what?
I know.
Oh.
What's in your hands? Do you want to throw it for me?
I don't think she's even gonna like register that Julie spoke at this point. She's feeling a little rough.
Yeah, but are we going to read the letter?
I'm attempting to, but.
Oh, my bad.
Well, this took a turn, huh? Kind of manipulated us into helping him out and killing his buddy, and then manipulated us again into killing him, even though we really didn't want to.
I did.
I don't know, man. I feel like we could have gotten a lot of answers out of that guy.
We could have.
Yeah.
You guys started attacking him before. Like, what the...
I just know. He started attacking you, ma'am. And I tried to tackle him to the ground. Just turns out that I'm not very, physically imposing on anybody.
And I tried to knock him out, and you've just murdered him.
Yeah, you two with the killing stuff. We were trying to tie him, because we know you're into that. So,
Oh?
Right. So, have you all been able to have a look at the letter?
No, she's like mourning her actions.
Imagine my surprise.
We're just like sitting there, kind of like talking over everything.
Okay.
Grumbly's going to ask Demea what the letter says.
That's fine. You don't have to read it now. I just was asking if you looked at it or not. That's all.
Oh, well, I've read it. Yeah.
Open. I think Demea is just gonna like wordlessly hand it to Grumbly because she's like, I can't read right now.
So Grumbly's just going to sort of glance over it. Looks like the Dryads might be able to help us in this fight.
What?
That's what it says on the letter.
Well, why don't you read it out for the rest of the class? And then she runs up. She runs up and then just does a quick paw at Adrian's face and then like runs away as fast as she can.
Adrian just growls over at
Grumbly's secretly sat there thinking, why hasn't everybody got Microsoft Office installed on the computer? It basically says, Thurgood, the Dryads at their shrine prove uncooperative, and all our efforts in the mines cannot progress without their knowledge of the key. There may be a way around the enchantments, but they have stopped us. They are ancient and powerful and will take time. The rise of Fenris must be brought to pass. The adventurers, Kayla, has fought must not be allowed to disrupt our work. Their part in the death of the Etin and 2 of the Iron Shadow concerns me. See to it that they do not survive to threaten Kayla's work at the shrine. Delay them as long as you can and kill them if you must. I'd rather risk exposure than failure. I need not warn you of the consequences if you cease to serve as well. Malcarax. This Grumbly's going to kind of look around at the group for see what they think.
Truly's gonna start to kind of hack a little bit.
This is bigger. This is bigger than anything that's been going on in this area. Demea, I think they killed your master because he was on to them, discovered them.
It's all starting to come together.
Do you guys remember? Adrian bit Marshall. Do you guys remember that? That was weird.
That was a bit weird, Adrian. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah.
I think we need to address this first before we get into that.
I mean, if you think so, I guess. Whatever. I mean, that was kind of weird what your face did. That's all I'm saying.
I was a little angry.
Yeah, my face doesn't do that when I'm angry. And I got sharp teeth. She's just sitting there grooming herself.
Yeah, you don't do anything weird with your face at all, no.
No.
Remember that feather beard you had?
Oh, you have wild magic that makes your face go all weird and bite people?
Yeah, we'll say that. But let's address the
Are we gonna blame wild magic
The
on
elephant
you
here.
biting somebody
maybe
right before?
the mayor.
You know.
Are you all right?
She's basically just like in shock, kind of not really absorbing what's going on around her because like she's trying to fit all this in her head, and she's like, I don't think I can, but I had no. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good.
Have you
Grumbly's gonna-
tried like journaling
no.
your feelings? It might actually be better if you tried to journal your feelings, and that way you can like articulate how you're feeling to us a little bit more clearly. It might help. So sorry.
This is officially
Just
the
gonna-
least impressed I've seen Aqua look for the longest period of time.
I think Sophia at that point is just gonna silently get up and just walk away.
The mayor explodes truly like
All you see is somehow a bunch of like fur just kind of poof into the air. She really was a cat.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
just
a good thing she
impressed
doesn't
you've not
have
started trying to lick your butt at this point.
She's like stretching into ways that like just don't kind of seem natural. Her leg
Honestly,
just kind of
when-
goes out, and she's just like.
when
seems
does
to
Penny
be-
like crawl on the keyboard in front of Aqua and like show her asshole to like everyone watching the stream?
It's a different kind of stream.
Oh, excuse me, sir. I'm a titty streamer, not a
Oh, that's a
butthole
good point. Yeah,
streamer.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So different. So different. Oh my god. She like gets on a rock and lays with half her body off of the rock. And just looks super like it's a really uncomfortable looking position, but she looks as happy as can be. Well, okay, this day sucks officially. Do you guys want to I don't know. Do you want to go back to town and
Get drinks? What?
I mean, I kind of think drinks are in order myself, but I mean, if you
I
guys,
think we need to bury the bodies, or are we taking the bodies back to town?
well,
Burn them.
No, I mean they're part of the town. We don't want to.
They destroyed part of the town.
Grumbler's also going to wander over to the marshal's sword and sneakily just sort of slide it behind his back without
Okay.
anybody noticing.
Grumbly,
The maid is still just
you
wandering
are
off.
now
like,
possessed of a silver longsword.
How big is this sword compared to your height? Okay.
So Grumbly, if you want to, you can just put a regular longsword in your inventory and just maybe like make a note in it that it is silver, or you can just search up the silver longsword and add it to your inventory.
Grumbler's kind of thinking about sort of his past and smithing silver into his weapon. That's what he's thinking.
No more fan, or I take it away.
He's going to pocket this sword.
Bonnie, I'll take it
Obviously, he
away.
noticed it did something rather special to his friend.
You ain't subtle in the least bit. There's a camera. I can see everything.
Yeah, the maid is still walking.
Demea's just pacing.
She's just like,
Over it.
I'm not I can't process at the moment.
So in her very relaxed rock position, where she's just laying there, she's like, so are we gonna do something, like we're gonna take the bodies back or something of theirs back? Should we I don't know, should we like make camp
Eat.
here? Did you just suggest
We
we
could-
eat them?
No.
Did you just suggest we eat them?
No.
What's up?
Keep going.
She looks at Grumbly like, just like, am I? Did you hear that?
Grumbly's just going to shrug at her, going, "Who suggested eating what there?"
I didn't hear anything. I don't know. She's just rambling.
I just think we ought to
Probably a cat thing.
we ought to do the right thing by the marshal and give him a decent funeral and bury him. So Grumbly's going to start digging 2 holes.
Adrian's going to help Grumbly.
Penny or Truly is going to
They're basically synonymous at this
When is the last time I've jumped off of your face? Come on.
Well, there's a
Not
question.
for
that
lack
wants
of
answering.
wanting to.
Mm-hmm.
I just heard that. I am so I meant like a cat. I meant like a cat.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I love that it took a second for it to set in what you just said. That was beautiful.
No, we're not gonna eat the dog people.
What is even going on right now?
While they're digging, I'm gonna look through their pockets. The dead's just looking for little treasures, and we're moving past it.
That is absolutely fine. Go ahead and roll investigation. Or,
Yep.
Yeah, investigations.
Moving on past this awkward moment. Investigation.
I hope that's in the recap.
That's an 11.
You find a few assorted coins in their pockets. I'll say 5 gold, 10 silver, and 20 copper.
Okay. Hold on. Fighting off a child and my embarrassment.
Are you fighting off the child by going, eh?
5, you said 5 gold, 20 silver?
5 gold, 10 silver, 20 copper.
20 copper, okay. Alright, and add. 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, of course.
Adrian has run away. He can't handle it anymore. It's what Demea wants to do.
I think, just without realizing it, is heading into the forest to try to find some sense of familiarity, maybe? I don't know. She's just wandering. She's in a bad place right now.
That's understandable. If she wants to sort of go off and kind of have a bit of processing time, that's not a problem.
Yeah, she needs processing time.
Okay.
Truly is going to find like a little bit of like like a little sunspot, and then just
Just find the sunbeam.
yeah, a sunbeam and just kind of
Demea's off having a deep emotional moment, and Trudy's just like, oh, sunbeam.
I know it feels so good on me. Oh my god, I feel so amazing.
Meanwhile, the
Grumpy's
boys
just
are
doing all the digging,
Yeah, digging holes.
Grumpy and Adrian.
Adrian
Okay.
are just
In
digging
what
massive
world has a
hole.
cat ever been productively helpful in anything?
I'm not disagreeing with your choices. I'm just pointing them out.
Sun.
Sunspot.
Sun.
We're just watching me and Adrian just looking over, like watching this frolicking tiefling. Ooh, sunspot. She's a beautiful weirdo, yeah. Mm-hmm. Funny. So we're gonna put Grumbler's gonna put the marshal and his friend in the holes and sort of bury them up and just stand watch over them just as a mark of respect while he's trying to ignore this tiefling playing with the sunbeams behind him. Ooh, flowers.
And then Truly's going to see the flowers and roll in them.
Wow. What a dick.
Oh my god.
I love how you went from this is beautiful weirdo to what a dick.
Exactly how I do with my cats. Oh, you beautiful floofball. What are you doing that for, you dick?
Yeah. That's cats.
Why are there
That's
claws in
very
my
much
leg?
Cats.
Like my cat this morning when I for whatever reason woke up at 4:45. She's like, "Oh, good, you're feeding me." I'm like, "No, I'm going back to sleep."
But no, you're feeding the cat.
Like, what do you guys
No
want to do
cat
after
meat.
you're done? You guys want to like?
Poor Tamaya through all this, she's just processing on her own. Like,
I love how your like your companions are just giving like no. They're not, one is just rolling around in flowers.
They are exactly as caring and empathetic as I expected them to be.
at least she has Humphrey with her, so
Yeah.
she's not
Mhm.
totally
In my
alone.
defense, I don't care. He tried to kill me, so fuck him.
You know
And
what?
that's
Give Truly a long rest. She'll be there for you, honey.
Are you not taking a rest right now? What is this?
I'm sun soaking. I'm sun soaking. Okay. Fine.
After all the after just standing watch for a little bit, but doing his respectful thing, Crumler's going to start building a campfire and suggest we have a bit of a rest.
She's like, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I think a rest would be good
just
idea.
an FYI, Tamaya's no longer in the clearing with you guys. She's gone. She's
5 towns over, she's just like, what have I done?
It's like,
like she doesn't know where she's walking.
This-
She's just walking.
this
She's
is
walked
the-
past the mines, and they're all like, what?
Yeah. This is the part where we tell you that
Oh.
Demaya has left the team, and we'll be introducing a new character.
Yeah, next week our guest character will be the replacement for Aquarius. Dun 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 dun.
Oh man.
No, she's just going there and going, what's that big tower with the big flaming eye on it? Where am I?
Well, I think that this sunspot and the pretty smelling flowers is mine. Adrian, you smell bad. Go find some water
Oh,
and jump in it.
The mayor blew it away earlier, so.
No, I still smell you.
It's kind of come back now. The gust of wind has stopped.
Oh.
Yeah, no, you should go bathe. You smell bad. And just imagine, how people are going to think of your hair and your weird, like, bitey face if they know you smell bad. So you should probably go take care of that. Also, what's up with your face when you, like, and why did you bite him?
You should probably get Demea back.
Why did you bite him?
You should probably get Demea back.
You have swords.
I feel like we need to get.
I feel like you chose to bite somebody instead of using your stabby swords. Why? And what was going on with your face?
Definitely need to get Demea back.
I mean, are you asking for some like boundary space? Because I watched your face contort and then bite another living being. Are you claiming this is like spider powers or something?
Yes.
Oh.
Adrian slowly walks close up to Truly, leans forward. My spider powers allow me to bite people on command.
I think that we need to kill you if you're turning into a spider that's biting people.
You were bit by a wolf. A
I have
werewolf.
not bitten anybody yet. And she reaches up and
We need to get the man back.
and does just scratches him.
We got us a bite off.
Are you sure your mind's stronger?
I'm fairly
Giggity.
certain I could probably help you do it better. I can teach you some technique.
Oh god.
Look, over there.
Grumbly's
some rope
just
you
sort
can
of
play with.
looking at these pair thinking, I really should go and find
Honestly. These sessions always leave me like feeling like the narrator from the Dukes of Hazzard. It's like this wild magic squad's got themselves in a hell of a pickle.
So she's like, wait, you don't have to leave. I can actually help with that. And then she, you kind of see her take a deep breath. And then as she says what would kind of sound like a normal thing, it comes out in a really loud, booming voice. Damea, come back, please.
I would not come back if that's what I heard. I would actually go further away.
We'll just pretend this is Humphrey for now. Demea's like,
Yeah. I'm legit gonna like hear it, turn, and keep going.
Takes another deep breath. Adrian!
I'm gonna
Give her
go
some
actually
space.
walk. I'm probably gonna go now and try to find a man just to get away from that.
She kind of like casually like rolls her head and looks over at Grumbly. I feel like we could have fun with this. What else should I say really loud?
Ask him if he's took rope into the forest with him.
She takes a deep breath. She asks.
Adrian just appears next to Truly. Oh.
As soon as he arrives next to her face, she goes. She goes and attacks his face. Why did you scare me like that? If you really wanted to scare me though, if you could have probably like tickled me a little bit, that would have made me jump even more.
No.
You just want to roll on your back and get your belly tickled. This is this is where it's leading. This, isn't it? Oh dear. So is Adrian wandering back off into the
Yeah,
forest?
I'm gonna go try to get Demea.
I'll keep the cat happy.
Yeah,
I think Demea's found a nice log to sit on.
I'm just wandering in the direction she went. It's clear she's out of sight, I believe, at this point, isn't she?
Yeah, she was just like, I'm out of
You
here.
dug 2 holes, buried the bodies after robbing them and everything like that. Yeah, she's probably this way.
Yeah, but you've got your tracking skills, surely.
Yeah, sure. Spidey sense.
Oh, God.
Not a thing. Not a thing.
It's a thing. Spidey go.
Chompy spider powers.
Or why don't you use your sticky web instead of rope?
Not in the range of you anymore.
Okay. So, let's see. Adrian, go ahead and make me a survival check, please.
Oh no.
Survival. Oh, +1. All right. 16.
Okay. You're able to find Demea's trail.
Ah.
Demea, are you still walking around, or are you kind of stopped somewhere?
They may found like a nice log to sit on, and just she had like Humphrey in her hand.
Okay.
Actually, no, she doesn't. Humphrey's on her shoulder. She's just staring at her hand.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mommy.
Cool. Adrian, so you essentially kind of come round a little bit of a corner, kind of down a little sort of little 5-foot slope, and kind of round a corner, and in the shade of like a very large tree, there's a sort of another fallen tree kind of on the lying across the ground, and Demea is sat on there, in the middle of sort of little sort of bracken around her feet, that kind of thing. And you sort of see her from the side on. She's sort of staring down at her hands, little mouse perched on her shoulder.
Adrian walks up slowly. Doesn't sit down next to her. How you holding up? It's just me that's here. The others are back at the battle site.
And Demea's gonna just kind of take a deep breath and just shake her head, just like.
May I sit? Adrian just sits there. He says nothing. Pauses for a moment. He looks at her. He tells her, "As soon as you're ready to talk, I'm here." And then he just sits there in silence, waiting, giving her time to process her thoughts.
And Demea's just gonna finally say, "It's like I'm not supposed to hurt people with these hands the way I just did."
You saved us back there by doing that. He would have continued on until either we were dead or killed him.
He didn't even give us a chance to talk. He just.
I think
Started
that
it.
letter says all the words that he did not say.
Wait, letter?
Yeah, there was a letter that he put into your hands.
Oh yeah, that one.
Dropped, yeah. As you walked off, Grumbly read it to us. It explained quite a bit. It wasn't written by him, but it gave insight into what was going on and why he was doing what he was doing.
I know it was
This-
a good reason since he was with that stupid group of stupid masks.
Somewhat, yeah. He was put in a terrible predicament. But it would have, no matter what, gone that direction. That was actually his orders, or his final orders, were to either kill us or to not come back. It would have risked losing people that he cared about.
I
He
guess he wanted to
chose-
save his father.
Yes, it would seem so. I don't know. There was nothing in there about feelings for you, but
Why would I care about feelings for me?
I don't know. Just
Like,
as a,
Why would I care? Why would I care about that?
because he was putting you in that position. I can only assume that there was something there with him.
In the distance, you guys hear "Backdoor Friends Forever."
We should probably
Booming
hold on.
voice.
We should probably
Oh,
stop there and maybe head back and make camp so that we can all heal up. But I'm just letting you know that I think your choice was extremely difficult. and impossible to make. But given the circumstances, I think it was the correct choice.
He forced me to make it by attacking you guys.
Well, he forced me to make my move first by attacking you. Nobody attacks my friends. Especially some bastard fucking werewolf.
What's wrong with a werewolf, bro?
Why? Who's a werewolf? Nobody said anyone's a werewolf.
Get wrecked,
Wolf powers.
Spider Boy.
It's a thing.
Well, thank you, Adrian. That was
No
very
worries.
nice of you.
Yeah. Don't tell Truly. Let's head back to chat. And
Oh, is Truly still acting weird?
she's very much still a cat, and I'm gonna think about eating her. So we should probably head back.
Giggity?
No. Mm.
It's definitely a
I think
joke
we
on
can
a
all
Moment
moment.
of
use
silence
a
while we
rest.
throw up in our mouths. Right. Okay. You guys head back to the clearing. Okay. So I will say that between the tracking and the combat and the digging of graves and the therapy and the excessive use of thaumaturgy on the part of Truly, that it's essentially getting sort of late afternoon, early evening. So up to you at this point what you guys want to do.
I personally think that we need to take the night, rest, recharge, regroup in the morning, figure out what we're going to do.
Truly sees her own tail and tries to get it with her hands a couple times and then settles back into her sunspot.
If we sleep throughout the night, will that stop? Will that go away?
Oh, I hope so.
Hmm.
I just
What else should I yell really loud?
How about nothing so we can go to sleep?
Are we going
Oh,
to
cat-
sleep?
Yes.
I think we should.
We've had a long day.
Alright, I guess.
Okay. So, you settle down for a long rest. As you do so, you all kind of drift off to sleep. You rotate the watches through over the course of the night. Nothing kind of disturbs your rest or anything like that. Grumbling, as you kind of drift off to sleep through the night, you kind of settle to some strange dreams. You see the usual, now familiar kind of corridor of your ancestors. But as you kind of walk down it, rather than having any of them kind of take you aside for combat training or clap you on the shoulder approvingly, as you make your way down the Hall of Ancestors, one of them kind of claps you on the shoulder but holds on and kind of pulls you aside into the dark, and you find yourself in a dwarven hall, stone cut ceilings, and dimly overhead you think you can hear the sound of not dwarven but some kind of very melodic singing, maybe human, maybe elven, you're not sure. You find yourself in front of a large pool of water with a statue at the centre, and the figure next to you beckons you along and leads you round a corner through a corridor, and until you reach a part of a corridor with a large set of double doors. And the figure points to your armor more fancy, glitzy armour that, if you're honest, you know is a little bit more ostentatious than functional. It points to its own armour, rugged, functional, battle-scarred. Takes its hammer, and rather than face the big doors in front of him, he turns around, strikes the wall behind him, and the stone spreads apart to reveal a hidden corridor behind it. And at that point, you wake up.
Well, what did that mean? Ugh. Bacon.
Must have been about
Yep.
bacon.
What else could it have been?
Mm-hmm.
Adrian, your dream takes you back to a familiar windswept plain of black rock. And the figure in armor stands in front of you. And you see kind of next to you, almost like as if you're observing it from above through a little bit of a foggy haze, the battle between the marshal and yourself and Demare, and you see the marshal about to swing his sword at Demare, and you see yourself run in to place the bite on the marshal's shoulder and distract him from hurting your friend, and the figure in armor nods at you approvingly. But as you see the teeth of your mouth sink into the shoulder of the marshal, another kind of, you feel almost like another approving hand rest on your shoulder. This one is kind of clawed, and this one is very powerful, and it digs its clawed nails into your shoulder, and it said, "Good. Drink. Be powerful." And you wake up.
Adrian just sits up and just sits there, contemplating everything that he just saw in his dreams, and he just puts his hands to his eyes and shakes it off.
Shake it. Shake it.
The right song for the right moment. What can we say? Demea, as you kind of get your rest over the course of the evening, you sort of you feel a very heavy weight on your heart as you think about your mentor who's gone, who you're trying to avenge, and you think about the marshal who's you're very sad at the way things ended, and as you kind of drift off into a sort of uneasy sleep, you feel the forest around you, and you feel a comfort there, and you feel almost a presence kind of reaching out from the trees and the boughs around you, and almost a sort of whisper that tells you that the road is hard, but the road you're on is correct. And you find yourself once again floating over the forest, but this time you are not as high up, and the forest is not as obscured and smoky as it has been before, and you can look down and you can see the light of the campfire, and you can see Truly stretched out like a cat on her rock, and Adrian sleeping broodily near the edge of the clearing, Grumbly on watch, nibbling on some dried bacon. And you look towards the north, and you realize that ahead of you there aren't one light, there's two. There's a small light ahead of you, and another light up in the mountains. And then you turn and you look to the south, and you see once again the light over there. And a voice says, and it's a curious mix of voices this time. You think you hear a woman's voice, but you also think you hear a male voice that you recognize. perhaps as your mentors, and it says, "The road is hard, but the road leads you where you need to be." Truly, you dream about string.
Yep, that's what I was waiting for.
You're chasing this string all over the place,
Yep.
and you find yourself in a clearing, and there's a string, and you can't catch it, and boy, howdy, do you want this damn string.
She's like an
And it
addict
leads
chasing
you
a
out of the
dragon.
clearing and into the forest, and before you know it, the string starts giggling at you, and you're determined to catch this string, and this string is really annoying, and now the string is laughing at you, and you're going to catch the string, and a little sort of green light appears hovering around the string and all over the place, and you are batting after it, and you eventually come to a clearing, and the string is hovering just out of reach, and you're trying to catch it, and a little voice out of the green light says, "Creature of chaos, the lovely pranks you tell. Come find me in the shrine and we shall talk." And you wake up.
I'm gonna get that fucking string.
And you have all leveled up to level 4.
Yay!
Oh, I love how deep and meaningful everybody's dreams were, and mine was string.
Very on brand. On brand. On brand.
You knew it was coming.
Yep, I was just like,
You knew it was coming.
Yep, I was like, all right, is it string? Am I just bathing in sunlight? Is my butthole exposed to the camp?
That's if Grumbly narrates your dreams.
Backdoor buddy.
The backdoor dreams.
Mucky,
Yes.
you missed it.
Backdoor Dreams has to be
Right,
the
I'm
album
quite possible.
title if
Yeah.
you two ever release a single.
Oh my
Quite
god.
quite sure he hasn't missed anything.
No, while you were away, they were having a really deep and meaningful conversation with each other, and they were bonding, you know, and Truly and Grumbly were thinking of things that Truly can use her booming voice for, and she yelled out, "Backdoor friends forever." So
You can get a fist bump for that.
Yeah.
Bro.
So I think we'll probably best end
We
our
need
session
matching.
there
We
because
need
we can
matching
pick up
t-shirts.
after the long rest in our next session, and you can decide where you're going to go from there.
we should probably do the convos and all that, but thank you guys, everybody, for hanging out. Spelling. What's this person's name again? Yep, okay, there we go. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for your art. Krakus, thank you for your song. I know you're asleep, but thank you again. That was amazing.
Really good.
It was
Absolutely.
awesome.
I loved the music that went with it. I loved how on point the lyrics were, how funny they were. They did the work for
Recap
us.
everything.
We didn't have to. I mean, it really did. It was a perfect recap, and it was a well done, funny one. You have a gift. The art,
especially the ending, considering all things that happened today.
right? Thank you guys for the Wild Magic redemptions. I got to be a cat today, so you know, the art. I love that "Bite Me Harder, Wolf Daddy" is the thing that pops up as I'm mentioning the
Right
art.
now.
Yes.
Thanks, Haz.
Yep. Thank you guys for the engagement in chat, just being here week to week and laughing along with us and enjoying the storytelling that we're kind of fumbling along doing together, except for Aldous, who has it all planned out.
Today especially.
We have some treats in store for you guys in the next within the next month. We're thinking there might be something cool to expect. Thank you for the merch. We do have Time of the Wolf merch if you want to participate in having that stuff on your wall, I guess. So yeah, we will see you. Oh, I will see you tomorrow for my 8 to 10 hour stream, depending on, if I just kind of feel like stopping. I don't know. I don't want it
Welcome
anymore.
to
I'm
Penny's
done.
2 hours
I know.
distraction stream.
Exactly. Just sit there at the wall, just like with a little light that somebody installed there, and just paw at it. Yeah.
8 to 10 hours of her doing.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly.
With the dress up though, correct? You're gonna try that?
I may or may not, because I'm gonna be streaming a scary game, so I don't know. We'll see what we feel like. I might bail on that. Not altogether. That will happen. Just I don't know when it's gonna happen. I don't want to commit to anything. I kind of just want to go with whatever the vibe is.
Cat.
Pretty much. I am basically, what was it, a drunken cat child or drunken cat toddler? Yeah, that's my spirit animal for a good reason, and it's why I was able to play a cat so thoroughly, today.
Why
sorry,
you made it
and
an option.
Yeah, sorry after the fact to Grumbly's face, Adrian's clothes, chest. Yeah, and his chest. Demaya, sorry if you got any saliva on your clothes when I was rubbing my face on you.
The flowers. Yeah.
Oh my!
The flowers.
What beautiful flowers!
Okay.
The respectful floral tribute.
Flattened.
Everybody, we're gonna go ahead and do a raid to a friend of ours, Cody, who was recently doing a charity stream, and has just been a long time friend of ours and just an awesome human. So go show her the love. Please stick around for the raid, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. So
yeah, show your support to a member of the community.
Yes, always. Bye, guys.
Bye.